Hi guys, today I'm going to show, explain and test this high capacity nickel metal hydride charger and battery set. What's absolutely awesome in this set is that we have a charger with 8 individual slots which have all their own LED indicator, so they are charging fully independently, and the batteries have a high capacity of up to 2800 milliamps nickel metal hydride, which are supposed to have no memory effect, or at least very low, much better than nickel cadmium, and the whole thing works very conveniently on USB. So super interesting set. So I'm going to take it out of the box, show you what to get, how we can use it. So stay tuned till the very end of the video. And so here we have the box with some description here in the back. So let's open. And so here we have the batteries, 2x4 batteries, beautiful black. And so here the charger, some information underneath. We get the quick instructions manual, but also the full manual in a couple of different languages. Here on this side, the English version. We get also a charging cable, standard USB-A to micro USB. So we have micro USB here. And so let's open the seal, remove the batteries. And so it's very easy to use. We plug it into USB-A outlet, then connect the micro USB plug, get this green light confirmation that everything is okay, and then we add one of these awesome batteries here inside. By the way, fully charged they are 1.2 volt, and while being used they deliver a minimum of steady 1 volt, so that should fit for most of the devices, and they are rechargeable up to 1200 times. So this can help to protect the environment a lot. What's also important to know that when we are using up to 4 slots, it can charge with up to 500 milliamps. But when we are using up to full 8 slots, then the maximum speed is going down to 250 milliamps. And to insert is very easy. Just push them here inside. And then we check the light. Here we have steady red, which means it's normally charging. And as soon as we see green, we can take it out and add the next one in the same slot. So we don't have to restart, reboot or so, disconnect. We can just leave it always connected. If you see a red blinking LED, that means that the battery is not rechargeable. We can see that, for example, also with alkaline batteries. So for example, here I have an alkaline battery and you can see it's red blinking. So really good protection. So we are not accidentally trying to charge alkaline batteries, which could result into chemical leaks or even explosion. The charger itself supports not only nickel metal hydride, but also nickel cadmium. But with nickel cadmium, of course, it can have some kind of memory effect, but I haven't seen any nickel cadmium batteries lately anymore anyway. So apart from lithium ion, the only good thing which I see these days are nickel metal hydride. Very easy to use. You can see now all of them are charging at the same time, and the power which goes into the charger is usually between 1 amp and 2 amps, which is a maximum of 10 watts. By the way, the red flickering, what you see here on the camera, that's not red flickering, that's a steady red. That's just a problem with my camera. It's an easy to see, strong red, steady light. Of course, it's a rather simple charger. We don't have any buttons, any special functions. Even when we have it inside here like that, and plug it in again, it won't go into discharge or so. It will automatically continue the charge. That's also pretty good. For example, if you have power outage or so, or somebody doesn't know what to do, it's almost impossible to do anything wrong here. That's a huge advantage, especially if you want to let children or teenagers also use such a charger. Also nice protection here against if somebody tries to add it the wrong way. Usually we have the plus here, but we can see if we do it like that, absolutely nothing is going to change. It doesn't go into charge. So really nice extra safety here. And so this is how it looks after a couple of hours. More and more batteries are turning green till all of them are showing green and are fully charged. What's also very important for a good quality charger is that we can easily remove the batteries without having to use a tool or screwdriver. And so we can see we can grab them easily one by one here from the side, or as soon as we have some gap we can grab them here easily from inside. Absolutely no problem. I've seen many chargers already where I had huge problems retrieving the batteries. Absolutely no problem here. And then of course also very important to know about the size of the batteries. Some of the nickel metal hydride batteries are very large. Some manufacturers produce them a little bit larger to get more capacity inside, and so they can be very difficult to put here into such trays, especially with this one here, original Xbox 360 controller. That's the smallest AA battery compartment I've ever seen, and I've been struggling with most of the nickel metal hydride batteries. And you can see it has also a little bit of friction, but it's definitely not too crazy. And so even when they are fully here inside, we can still shake them out here and grab them again. Much better than with a lot of other batteries, and especially here of course the Xbox One controller. Absolutely no problem. I mean, we can even close the compartment. We can see the light definitely working. And by the way, of course, I've been using the batteries now for a couple of days with different devices, and it has been working everywhere. Absolutely awesome. No problem at all. Yeah, this helps me and my family, of course, to save a lot of money compared to disposable batteries, and also reduce our negative environmental impact. And so the batteries are fully charged. I have 3 of them here. So we can test that with this device, which requires a little bit higher voltage, but the amps stay exactly the same because we have them behind each other. And so let's do a quick ramp up test here. As a cutoff, I've selected 0.9 volts, which is rather low. Some people would prefer probably 1 volt to protect the battery a little bit more, but I want to squeeze out as much as possible here to show what's possible. So let's start this here. We have 0.1, 0.2 amps, 0.3. You can see voltage going down, and we are at 0.4 amps per battery, 0.5, 0.6, and we are getting close to 3 amps, 0.7 amps, 0.8, 0.9. Yeah, I was hoping for 1 amp, but you can see the maximum was here at 0.9 amps when we had the cut off at 2.7 volts, which means 0.9 volts per battery. I think I've seen a little bit higher amps from some nickel metal hydride batteries, but 0.9, I would say that's definitely a decent number. Who is going to pull more than 0.9 amps from such a battery? Usually people are not doing that. By the way, I've also tested the capacity like that. And so in the first run, I got only 1706 milliamps on average, which is definitely way below the 2800 milliamps, which they are supposed to have. But of course, that was just the first test. And as always with nickel metal hydride, the capacity can improve a little bit over time. And so I cycled these batteries in another test device for 3 days in a row, charging, discharging, charging, discharging, and so on till they were reaching their maximum capacity. And so we have that here. I don't have the slots in a row, but doesn't matter. I can still show you the single numbers of every battery. That's slot number 2. Here we have 2165. Then slot number 1, 2167. You can see how close this is. Then slot number 4, 2167. Same thing. And slot number 3, 2157. Yeah, absolutely crazy. I have never tested nickel metal hydride batteries which have such a super consistent charge or capacity. So the difference was only around, if I'm not wrong, 0.5% or so. That's absolutely amazing. Of course, on one hand, it's a little bit disappointing that we can't see this 2800 milliamps, but on the other hand, I have to admit that it's still the highest number of any nickel metal hydride battery I've ever tested here, and I've tested many of them, even some very well known brands like EBL. And so since I couldn't find any better battery or a battery with higher charge than this one here, so I would say still full recommendation from my side. It's still quite an amazing package what we can get here with the automatic charger, even though it's not a cycling charger and has also no discharging function, but it's automatically charging 8 batteries in individual bays. That's already pretty amazing, and we get the 8 batteries on top. Amazing package which you can get for only around $28 now. There's even a coupon on Amazon which brings down the price to around $25 for the whole thing. That's still pretty amazing. For sure one of the most attractive nickel metal hydride battery charger combos which you can get at the moment. And so if you're interested, I'll put down the link to the Amazon listing down into the description so you can check it out and order one for you if you like it. And I hope I've been able to help you a little bit with this video. If you have any questions or comments, just write to the comment section below, and I'm always happy to talk about these things. And if you like the video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe my channel. Thanks for watching. See you next time.